Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's resume our complete beginner's guide to Anno 1800, shall we? So, we are low on timber, and we need more. So we have built another lumberjack hut, it's at 91%, and then we have the sawmill, which is at 100%. You can see that they are unloading here and they're finishing it, and they basically take it right from here to here if they have extra, which is fantastic, and that's a perfect setup for us. Now, we need a bunch of timber to build the trade union and pretty much everything. So it might be in our interest to buy another set of lumberjack hut and another sawmill, but I gotta tell you, I'm going to speed the game all the way up, fastest speed. And from here, what we're going to do is just see how things are going. Because in Anno, you never want to react before you understand how the balance is actually playing out. So you could see we're actually stacking up timber pretty nicely. And maybe another one would be overkill. Now, we do have a lot of farmers that could work. So because of that, I'm okay with continuing. I'm going to slow it down as I talk to you. I'm okay with continuing and building one more of these, but you really don't want to build too many because yes, you can sell, basic goods, but you don't get that much money and it skews your labor. So I like to try to not build more than I need. Now, also what you want to pay attention to is your balance. So we're way in the black. We're making, 162 profit, and our population and our workers. So in this case, I can push you and just kind of upgrade a few places. We need to have, for the quest, 150, wrong thing. For the quest book, we need 150 workers for the working class heroes. And we definitely want to get that going. So I will just go ahead and push upgrade, and I'm going to click away and just get this going, and then I'm going to hold shift and just upgrade this block right here. There we go. And now we're a port town because of how many workers we have, which is like tier 2 employees. Now upgrading though took a lot of timber. So I'm going to...
You have father's fortitude.
You got that right.
Will follow you as they once followed him.
Well, that's fantastic. All right. I'm going to right-click, and I'm going to select the pipette. And I'm going to select this so I can build up here.
Now, bring me sails.
So he wants sails.
It's not like you have any use for them.
We will. And I will pipette
Clearly,
this.
Uncle's intention is to keep us from ever owning a shipyard.
And then I'm going to build a road that runs right along here and then delivers to the warehouse. Now remember, it doesn't matter if the workers are close to this, they'll get to it instantly. And right now, you can see they can't do anything because they're waiting for this wagon right here to deliver the log, and then they'll go. This one's at... they're waiting to basically plant before they can get into production. But that's fine. Now we need sales. And sales we don't produce at the moment because this is the worker tab. So in the bottom center of the heads-up display, I have the pitchfork here for farmers. These are what the farmers can build, but if you go over to, these are what the farmers would be employed at. So these buildings, if you build them, they draw labor from your farmer pool. But if you click on the hammer, you get workers, and this is sales. So we need sheep farms, which we already have, and we need sales. And you notice how sheep farm is 30 seconds and a sale is 30 seconds, so it's 1 to 1. So even though we already have some sheep farms lying around, if I were to push escape, if I were to click on this and just look at my wool, I have no extra wool because my clothing shops are 1 to 1. So I'm not getting any extra there. So I need to build separate sheep farms for the sales. Now, sometimes, and this is what happened to me the first time I played the game, I got overwhelmed because I felt like, oh my goodness, there's too much stuff happening. There's no race. Like, it might feel urgent, but you can just take your time. So don't worry that, like, this isn't working. Just make sure you have enough supplies to keep everybody, you have enough labor, and you have enough stuff to keep them happy, and you're in the black financially, and you should be fine. And even if you're not in the black financially, they start you with so much money that if you fall off, you can build up or you can take a loan or something. Now, I'm going to build a bridge across, but I can't at the moment. Why? There we go. It took 20 lumber to do that, so that's brutal. But now you'll see that these buildings have this no warehouse in range indicator, and I can just go like this to connect, and they now will have a warehouse in range, but I'm going to build a warehouse over here so that they don't have to travel all the way to a different warehouse. So I'm going to go back to farmers, and I'm going to build a small warehouse, and we can just build it right there. That took 10 lumber, but now it's done. And now you'll see they're immediately going to start doing this. And because the road now connects to our harbor, I believe that this is part of our network, and we can see everything up here and where we're at. So we're positive on fish, we're positive on schnapps, and clothing we're doing really well on. So that's fantastic. But we can't build the trade union, which is one of our quests, until we get some lumber. You see here when you click on this, it's ghosted in because it's in blueprint mode. And if you click on or if you mouse over the little house icon for blueprint mode, it'll tell you what you need. And so we need 25 lumber, which we don't have. We have the bricks, and we have the money, but we don't have the lumber. So we have to kind of wait for that to happen. So while that's happening, I'm going to start working on the sales. So the wool, when you mouse over the sheep farm, look, it says maintenance cost minus 20 money, which is no problem. Takes 2 timber to build. Okay, fine. 100 money, that's fine. But it does take 10 farmers for the labor, but I have plus 98 farmers, so that's fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build this over here, and I'm going to put it like right behind this. And then we're going to click on this, and I will click sheepfold, and I will say 1, 2, and 3 like that. Now, I don't want to build my sheepfold over here by the lumberjack hut because I don't want to cut into... They need trees, and if you build it, it will chop down their trees, and it will make them operate at less efficiency. I've already probably built this too close to them anyway, but then we need to build a sailmaker. But notice that this sailmaker will take 50, which is massive, right? 50 workers. Now, I'll build it right here, and I can't build it because I don't have enough timber. So I'm going to kind of do this and move over here. And the reason I don't love building this right here, because around your marketplace, you really want to just build houses. So you don't want to take up any of the reach of the marketplace with houses or non-house things, because it's going to get in your way for your expansion later. But for now, it's not that huge of a deal. And I need to, I'm going to upgrade some more labor, I think. But only one. And then I'm going to build some more houses. So I'm going to drop in a farmer residence here. And we can actually, no, it'll get in our way if we build it right there. So I will build like this, 3 like that. And then I will build a road here to kind of just continue connecting this. There you go. There. Oh no, this is unnecessary. That was silly. We'll get rid of that in a moment. I was trying to make the warehouse even more connected, but it's not necessary. Okay, so the reason we can't build this, mouse over it, is because we're missing timber. So again, we're low on timber. So I'm going to speed it way up. The initial reaction would be like, okay, I need to build way more timber. And you can. There's really nothing wrong with doing that because it's pretty low maintenance. But here's another thing you can do. Oops. God. That's my infernal spacebar to pause. I'm going to push P to pause the game. Oh, no, I can't. And talk to you here. I'll slow it down. Depots are also useful when it comes to expanding your island storage capacity. So if you get a small harbor and you can build a depot, and this is huge. This is what I thought warehouses did, but it doesn't. Warehouses is just for shortening the transport time between finished goods into storage at the site. But depots are what give you more storage. So one depot gives you 50 tons of storage. Right now I only have 75 tons. So I'm gonna drop one in right next to the harbor right there. And I'm gonna connect it with a road like this. And I like depots because it allows me to store more. So for example, the clothing, if I click on this, you'll see now I can go up to 125 on all my stuff. And I just like being able to store as much as possible. Now, what is this? Produce goods and deliver. Oh, this is where he wants the sales. Right. All right. So, the deal is, I'm going to speed it way up. We could wait to produce the timber, but we can also click on timber in the trading infrastructure. And if I click on this, it opens up a smaller dialog box or contextual box that says choose trade options. And so I'm going to say I want to buy timber. And I want to buy when my timber is under 30, I'm going to buy timber. So this is like a little bit complicated at first, but basically you can set to sell, to buy, or to buy and sell. So you can kind of help regulate and supplement your goods. So right now, I'm buying timber. When I have less than 30 timber, I'm going to buy timber until I have 30. So this blue bar on the right represents, where I'm going to go up. Now I can actually just left click on this and slide it up and down if I want to adjust. But this is telling me, hey, you're going to buy up to this amount. So this will help us get some extra lumber. So whenever another ship comes in, if it has timber, I will buy it. Now it does cost money. So you have to look at this and see, well, how much does it cost? It only costs 10 to purchase one. So it's very, very affordable. And it will help us galvanize our industry a little bit. Another thing I can do is I can click on these clothes, and I can actually say, okay, I want to sell these clothing if I'm above 60. So now you see the red means, okay, you have an excess and you're going to sell it. And you can adjust this, but now I will sell this and go down to 60 if I have any more than this. And I make more than the timber is. So this is actually a net gain. Now, the thing about this is it's not reflected in your balance it's not reliable because you don't know when people are going to come and go and, all that stuff. But it's a great way to just kind of set it and then balance your stuff in a further sense. We're going to get into this more, but that was very simple. Like, we're selling any clothes that we have. We don't need more than 60 right now. But you can always change this or cancel this. But this will allow us to get some more of the goods that we need more rapidly. So now you see we already went up to 33 lumber because I bought it. And if I click on the balance, I can see that you could see where we spent our money. And I think, does this give you storage? Yeah, so this is another way of just seeing like through a spreadsheet, purchasing price. Okay, timber is 10. You can sell it for 4. The clothing, you can buy it for 40 or sell it for 16. And, you can see that we have sold a few. And we might not have actually bought any timber. That might have just been produced by us. But anyway, now we have enough timber. And what I want to do is go up here and click on the trade union and build it. That's going to use most of our timber. But now that this is done, we need to equip an item. So let's click on the trade union to talk about what it does. So you can click on this to boost nearby buildings. So if I click on this, there's 3 item slots that can go in here. I click on one of the plus buttons, and they gave me this item, remember? And it's a drill. And it gives you plus 25% productivity at clay pits sand mines, limestone quarry, bauxite mine, and extractor. Now, it does make them cost more, but it's just like more efficient. So this will boost.
Rare for promises to be kept. Thank you.
And she's happy. We completed the quest. And you can see now what is being boosted. It's highlighted in blue. So we've just boosted the productivity of our clay mine by 25%. It does cost more, but that's pretty sweet. All right. Now, I'm up to 19 timber. This needs... I'm going to build it right now. Oh, I need bricks. Okay, so are you guys making bricks or what?
Stand to attention for the boss.
Okay, they're trying. So eventually they'll get there. Now I have 4 bricks. I could... Oh, I'm going to go ahead and remove this, or try to. Yeah, let's get that removed. So they are building stuff, and they're going, let's just let it go. I could buy bricks, but let's just let bricks go. And I don't need to track wood, so I'm actually going to track bricks up here. Remember, you can always change what you're tracking so that you can keep an eye on an industry that you're looking for. We're still profitable. We're not as profitable as we were before because we built a trade union. We boost the cost of our clay mine, but that's fine. We also built this, depot, which costs money, but that's okay. This is our ship, by the way, the Endeavor. It's just chilling. We'll talk about exploring and stuff with ships in a moment, but we don't need to do that right now. And now we have enough bricks to build the sailmakers. So we can start... I built this, and we're going to get this online, and you'll immediately see that we lose 50 jobs right here, and our balance went way down because we have to upkeep this. And it's missing goods, but this is producing goods at 100%, so they're going to go here. Now, we probably, at this point, are going to eyeball some things and see where we're at and what we need to build more of. Okay, so now that we're at full speed, we can just kind of sit back and relax and take a look at... Okay, our lumber is going great. We no longer need to buy wood anymore. We're actually producing way more than we need. And that's why I meant don't build more of these. They take some time to get going, and we needed a lot in the moment, but now we don't need that much. We sold some clothing, and I'm actually going to adjust this to a higher limit. And we need more bricks. We're not making any sausages. We need, we have a little bit of extra potatoes. And he's like, do you have them? And we'll give them to him.
Nothing you do will lift the cloud.
Except that will lift the cloud. Sweet. So we gave that guy his sail, so he's out. So...
Haven't seen a prison transport of mine, have you? If you do, be sure to return any salvage to me.
Okay, so he wants us to go use our ship to go rescue some castaways. So this is a great time to talk about moving ships. We did that like right at the very beginning of the game, but we haven't been doing that since. So now let's talk about moving our ship and exploring the map, because that's a huge part of the game. Okay, so it's time to take care of this ship quest called Scapegoats. And it says, use a ship to rescue a group of castaways from the prison transport wreck. So we're going to select our ship right here, the Endeavor. But before we do this, really quickly, I do want to mention something. Notice how I have 120 farmers and I have 10 workers. If you accidentally upgrade too many of your farmers and then you need them because you've upgraded them to workers, you can downgrade. So you can hold Alt when using the upgrade tool to downgrade so that you can shift some workers back down the hierarchy if you need that to happen. All right, so first of all, here's our Endeavor, which I'm going to change the name of the ship by just clicking on the name, and I'm going to call this then the tutorial, flagship. Oh, don't have enough. The tutorial ride. All right. And I guess it's already our flagship. So once we've selected the boat, you'll notice that there are cargo slots here that have this like suitcase looking thing. And then there's item sockets similar to how we were able to put kind of buffing items in our trade union, you can get stuff to put on your ship. You can also change the ship's skin if you want it to look different, and why not make it look cool like that? And you can automate some of the ship by setting a patrol route. So, you know, if you're worried about getting attacked, you can have it like patrolling your shores, and you can open up a trade route, but we don't have another place that we want to go just yet. But you can open up trade routes, and we'll look at that more closely later. I'm just telling you what these buttons do. You can open up a trade route to a place that's not yours if you want to go sell to like a neighboring community or something like that. Anyway, once we get the boat, you right-click where you want to go. Once you have it selected, you right-click it, and it drops this little buoy to show where you want it to go. And we, for the quest itself, want this to go, I believe, here, but let me make sure. It says, oh, actually, no, we can zoom in. This is where you want to go, right. So always just click on the quest, click on the target, and then I'm going to right-click my ship over here. Now, it will take a bit for my ship to get here, and I can just click on my ship by clicking the target button here on the jumped ship, and then if I click on this, you know, I go right to my ship, and I'm going to just close the ship skin panel, and here we go. We have arrived at the location. So you have to have your ship selected, and then you right-click to pick up, not left-click. There we go.
Saved. Do you also then save us from a grievous injustice?
I do.
Edward's charges against us are pure fabrication. The man is an imposter.
All right. So...
A letter. It bears Edvard's seal.
Uh-oh. It's a sealed document. And we find this here.
Think about sheltering Samuel's co-conspirators. Deliver them to prison at once, and I might lift your debt.
Thanks, buddy. So we
Open
can...
the letter. He's clearly up to no good.
We can open the sealed documents.
However much we despise Uncle Edvard, it's criminal to go opening his private correspondence.
So we can follow one path or the other, which is we can not open his letter and take them to prison, or open the letter. And I'm going to open the letter because I'm bad. And it says, Dear Governor Bleakworth, more of Samuel's conspirators' crimes and sentences as follows. Use of foul language, 16 years with hard labor. Impersonation, writing a threatening letter, life imprisonment. Character assassination, life imprisonment. The judge saw very well my view that any lack of proof that they conspired with the traitor was, in itself, evidence that they're hiding something. Oh boy. All things considered, his verdict could have been far worse. While I'm under no obligation to explain such details, I thought that as a fellow dispenser of justice, the facts of the case may be of interest to you. Oh my god.
It cannot be. These names are those father trusted most. Barristers, doctors, academics.
We ain't taking them.
Even I am astonished he could be this corrupt. We must put their cases before the highest authority and hope for a retrial.
Yep, so we're going to take them to Sir Archibald for a retrial.
Knows how to silence his critics.
He does know how to silence his critics. Yikes. So, if you don't know where that is, all you have to do... by the way, Sir Archibald Blake fulfilled trade in Ditchwater, it says in the upper left. That means he came by and either bought clothing from us or sold us lumber, whatever we needed, whatever we automated and set. When you see the NPCs come over, it will give you a notification that they've bought or sold something. Now, I'm going to click on this because this is Sir Archibald Blake's place. And we need to come over here to complete Court of Appeal. So I've got the ship selected. I'm going to right-click to come over here. And we're just going to wait for the ship to arrive. I can target the ship and, you know... we can watch it move. And here it goes. Majestically sailing a little bit too close to the rocks. And this is... I mean, look how good that looks. That giant city over there. And now we're almost here. Yep. We're wrapping around to Archibald's. And
What is it you are bringing?
once you get close enough, the dialogue box will open in the upper right, and we say check mark.
Did he really? Oh dear. Best leave these poor people with me. I will tell Edvard that the debt between you is quite settled.
Great, thank you. Let's leave the poor people there with him. The debt
That
is
was
settled.
none of your business. And what right has the Crown to meddle in my accounts? What right?
Well, they're the crown. He is furious.
We are
Uh-oh.
all of us quite moved by your selfless actions. Your father would be proud.
Hey. I love your Burnside's facial hair.
I am so
We're
relieved
in.
our legitimacy is no longer in question.
So now we can actually build a shipyard. And we could come back over here, and warehouses can be upgraded too, and an increased
Harry,
number.
I already smell the tar. See, the masts are swaying from Father's study.
Will reduce transport delays. So what they're telling you is, again, as this tutorial is kind of infamous for, they're loading information on you. So we can build a shipyard, but they're also explaining that we can upgrade a warehouse. So if I click on the warehouse, for example, there's this purple upgrade button underneath this radial. And if we upgrade, it'll cost us 2,500, 20 wood, and 20 bricks to do that. But we actually have enough, and we'll do it because it gives you an extra loading ramp. And you notice, we've seen it before, all of these wagons are trying to go to the warehouse. And when there aren't enough ramps, they have to wait until a ramp is free. So if you upgrade it, first of all, it changes how cool it looks. It does not change the capacity, but you can see what you get when you upgrade. And this kind of like half circle shows what happens when you upgrade. But you need, for example, to upgrade again, we need artisans, which are the level of workers above workers. And now we have extra ramps. If there's a wagon in this slot, it means it's being used. And if there's a hook that's open, that means there's a free ramp that's not being used. So this is phenomenal to get for speeding up the rate at which things are changed in your city. Now, you'll notice that we aren't making that much money anymore. And if you want to make more money, all you need to do is click on a house.
Happy as a pig in muck.
She's happy, and she has everything. So we can build more houses to make more money. But if you look at
Half the time.
the workers, for example, they're merely content. They don't have a church, and they don't have beer, which they want. They also don't have their needs fully met because they don't have sausages. So to make more money, we'll actually have to start getting them sausages. We'll need to get bread to just get the basic stuff. Eventually, we'll need soap. We'll need school. This is what you need to upgrade the workforce. So once their needs have been met, you've been able to upgrade. And then happiness basically governs, let's see here. If you fulfill these needs, these lifestyle needs, this is what we get. We get 8 extra population. So you'll notice how like only 10 workers will move in right now. And we have to fill this up to, well, actually, instead of just guessing, why don't we mouse over? So I think I said happiness related to money before. That's not quite right. It depends. Happiness in this case gives us their lifestyle needs, which gives extra population. But, for example, if we mouse over sausages, if we give them sausages, 3 more workers can move in, and we'll get 5 more coins. If we give them bread, the same thing, 3 and 5. And if we look at the farmers, their lifestyle needs are all met, and it gives us 3 extra population. And fish give them coins and extra farmers. Clothes give them more coins, and the market is necessary. So you can really mouse over what it is that you're missing and find out, all right, well, for example, if I just build sausages, then I'm going to get more money with these people. So that would be great for keeping us in the black. We also need to build a shipyard now, and continue our progress. But don't worry too much about like how much money you have at this point, because we're still at like 60,000 money, and you can see it's going up and down, but we're okay. And just don't go massively negative. Slow and steady. We will get into boosting up our workers by getting them sausage and bread and such, as well as trying to get them some beer and a church next time. Everyone, this is a good place to end the episode. We can now build ships. We'll also do that next time. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.